Hey, what's up? Nick here. Welcome to the How We Do It Lemon series, where we take our lemon of a camper and turn it into a pretty sweet rig. Today we are working on the back end, turning the Happy Jack system into a really sweet family bunkhouse. We're going to be turning it into 4 beds that can either be stowed or brought down depending on what we're hauling. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I got haunches over there. We got lemonade right here. We're going to be doing some cool projects. Let's get going. We took out that platform that was up here. Hopefully nobody's out there. No one's out there. So we're gonna be taking and making a bar that goes across from there to there, and then we're gonna be putting 2 bunks on each side. So normally when you sleep up here, you sleep this way. Now we're going to sleep this way. So that'll be where the boys sleep, up there. And that will be their permanent bed. So like when we're out on tours and everything, they'll be up there. All the stock and everything will be below them. Now, here's the trick, okay? See how long the rail is? That's not quite long enough for a bed. So here, it's actually gonna go way to the back and then go up to right about there. So that's gonna be enough for 1 bed. Over here's the different story. We got the door in the way, okay? So you see how it would normally go to there, but now we have to cut it back a little bit. So this one's gonna be JJ's bed. Nathan's, I'm actually putting blocks in so it doesn't come any lower than that up there. So his bed will always be up there. JJ's will be able to come down lower to be able to come all the way to the floor, actually, if we wanted it to. But then we can raise it up for when we have stock back here for the family stuff. I was hoping that Luke would come out and help. Do you think he would? Because we had to do some welding, got to do some measuring. The first thing we have to do is go get haunches. And I asked if JJ wanted to come, and he said, yeah, but I don't see him. Here he comes. He's coming. Here he is. Got some thicker plywood this time. Plywood is actually going to be the structure since we're just going to put it right on some metal. First thing we're going to do is weld it up. 2 pieces of angle iron welded with a piece of square. The square will be the middle part. This part is going to be what's holding the bunks. We'll screw through it. Boom, done. Oh, look at my tape measure. That was a mistake. I don't know if it's strong enough. Okay, so here's the other piece right here. Put the ladder like right here. I don't want it to be too heavy, that's the thing, but I don't want it to fall off. I want you to meet the new mechanic of the house, okay? The brothers, the Smack brothers, the Arctic Cat.
So I can't find anything to use this.
All right, so that's another thing, right? So we get another mechanic in the house, and then it's like, well, where are all the tools? I don't know if this is gonna work. I might have to scrap the fabrication that I'm doing so far. I would love to get like a full piece, an 8-foot piece. If the worst comes to worst, I scrap this. But this is what I was hoping. I wanted to have this piece in the middle so we could do like pull-ups. I'll get out my trusty table saw. This thing has been with me many years. That's a backbreaker if I've ever seen one. Go. Okay, so 1 bed is done. I don't like it. It's got to be way stronger than that. So the only thing that's not going to work with this is my steel. So today I'll continue to make the beds. All right, here we go. This is JJ's bed. What do you think, buddy? It's good? All right, yes, look at that. Lay down in it, would ya? Oh, that's perfect. All right, so here's what we got. We got the beds all made. Luke came out and helped me sand for a little bit. Now I am on my own again. We got to get new metal for the top one, so we're gonna basically just set those off to the side. But now I have this one here. This is Lojo's bed, and it's going right here. I got the brackets on. These brackets are the ones that were for the couch. They're a little wiggly in here, but I think we can make this work. I'm gonna bring the bed in, set it right on there. We're gonna screw up through it, just a couple screws, and then to see how we like it, I need to be able to hop in that thing so that I know that it's strong enough, okay? So here's how we're gonna go. The reason why I'm running it up is because when it's in like storage mode, it needs to get past that cabinet right there. Yeah, it looks good right there. When you think about what's holding this up, it's a little nerve-wracking because like you're cantilevered out over the whole thing. I don't know, I think it's pretty good. It's wood, pretty stout too. See how it moves up though? Now I'm leaving it loose so that we could fold it down if we want to. Here comes JJ. You want to come see your bed? Come on up in here. Your bed's not in yet, but if you stand here, right up here, I'm gonna bring it in, okay? Dude, that looks sweet. You brought some apples. What kind of apples are these, do you know?
Store apple.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so JJ's still here. We got to get his bed hooked up so that he can hop in it, huh? You want to get in it?
And I already hooked up.
Almost. I got to get my drill. Look at how low that goes. All right, hop in. Whoa. All right, here we go. Going up. Oh yeah. This will be the test. I think we're good. Can I have some of your apples? You heard it here, folks. JJ said that's it for the day. I think we're gonna pack it up. Should I go lower us down? All right, hello and welcome to day 2 of the project. This is where we're at, right here. We got the bunks up there. I found a problem though. Check this out. Look at that. It doesn't open all the way, man. But that's okay. I got a little bit of room up here that I can slide it forward. So we're still okay. Wanting to finish this project today, and so I got some paint and some new angle iron. I still don't know if it's beefy enough, but it's pretty beefy, right? This is 2-inch stuff. And if it's not beefy enough, I'll add some of that steel to it. All right, just cut the piece. What do you think? This is some better stuff right here. Look at this. 2-inch steel. It moves a little. Not gonna lie, it moves a little. So I will put I'll drill the holes, but man, that's it. I'll drill the holes, spray paint it black, hook it up. All right, we got the whole crew out now. Tina's back there, taking Luke's spot, because Luke was just like, I can't do it anymore. The bar is in. I spray painted it. It's a little wet right now. The pin's back in, right? It moves a little bit, but not too bad. So this is what was in the bed too. So those are cool. So it's getting dark, but wrapping up the stuff for the night. Basically the idea. Gonna flip them all over. And we'll paint the tops from inside. It's good we wanted to go with like a lighter color, so we tried to match the little bit of gray that is in the wall. Oh, Nat's painting the shelf that I made. Just a quick shelf that'll go right between the door. Looks good, Nat. Today's video was of course brought to you by Insty Connect, the world's best on-the-road internet connection that you can get if you want to stay connected on the road. Get the one that the Traveler made for you. So the boys and I just came off of show season, and we've taken out the smaller bunks while we're out doing the shows. So the boys basically have the beds up here. We take the lower bunks out so we can put in all the stuff that we need, like our booth and everything. And so now we're getting ready to put those in. But before I do that, I want to show you these little blocks right here, okay? These blocks can set where the top bunks come down to and where they rest, okay? So typically, they will have them right about here. If you look in here, you can see there are some threaded spots right here where these blocks basically just set on. Screw them in there, and that's where the bunks can stop. What I did is I went ahead and took these and put them way up there. So let me run these up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh, I gotta do something quick. Okay, one thing that I keep telling these boys, they need to move their boxes. You see this box that they got right here? This is like to put stuff, but you see how close it is to this bar? So that's one thing. When you're doing these bunk beds, you can't really have a ton of stuff up there because it'll stop the bunks. Okay, now these are up there. This is your typical Happy Jack system. When you have it up there and you have the lever out like this, it'll lock, okay? So I just pushed it up manually so it locks. That one locked in over there. Over here, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna push it up with my head and you can see it lock in up there, okay? I'm gonna flip this over. Actually, I'm gonna keep this like this. So next time I run it up there, that will trigger it to fall down. Now I'm gonna run these down, and Nat's here. Hey Nat, how's it going? So now we see the brackets are coming down. What I'm actually doing now is I'm making a small adjustment to give the boys a little bit more room up top. And if you look right there, I had 2 holes And I screwed the blocks right in there. What I'm gonna do actually is drop it down a little bit more so that they have a little bit more room. Because when the block is right here, their bed stops right there. So they basically have this much room in their bunk. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it drop down to about, I'm gonna take it about 4 inches lower so that their bed comes right below. The reason that I did it where it was is because when we had our rack systems, we'd bring our racks in here, and then I wanted their bunks to be above the racks. So we're not really gonna use the racks anymore. So I'm gonna drop the blocks about 4 inches down to give them a little bit more room. So I'll show you how I did that. And it's basically pretty simple. I used these self-tapping screws right here that just drill right in there. I wouldn't say this was the hardest part of the whole thing, but to figure that out, I was like, all right, how does this actually work? And then by doing that, it helped us be able to have a pretty sweet setup. So I got the nut driver on the drill, pop that in just like that. We're gonna come in here. So now we have the blocks set on each one of the spots. So we got one there. So those blocks will set where the bunk bed comes down to. So I'm gonna bring this bed up, release it. All right, you heard that? Here they come. All right, so the whole bunk comes down now. It's moving as it should. And right there. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So I wanted it to come down to right about there. So now the boys have a little bit more room up there. They've always said, okay, this is enough room, but we'd love a little bit more. So I said, okay, I can handle that. I can help you with that. So we lowered it down. So now their bunks will basically come to the same level as this. Also, I wanted it to be above the door. Just for fun, you know, I'm not tall enough. I've got plenty of room. But now we can go ahead and put the other bunks in, and I'll show you the completed work of the bunker. So now we got these back in.
This is my bed.
Yep, I'm gonna push them back up, okay, so you can see what the room is like if we ever wanted to push these beds up. Now, just a note with this, the boys like to keep those boxes over there, so if those boxes are over there and full of stuff, that keeps us from putting these beds all the way up, so it's something that we have to talk to them about. Notice how it really kicked in, right? Okay, so that is fully up mode, okay? We got these clips that go in the bottom of this. So these bunks can fold down, just like, you know, the couches that are on there. But in order to keep them from doing that, you put these clips on there. It's like a safety. Just lock them in. I'll let you know why I put these hooks here, right? So you probably have an idea. Nick, what are the hooks all about? Okay, good thing that you noticed. The hooks are so we can hang the bikes back here. Okay, watch this. Got a bike, take it. Unlock that, fold that down, take that, hook it right here. Boom. Just like that. We're able to hang up our folding bikes just by folding it like this. And then we can lower it. Now watch where the boys' bunks stop. They stop right about there, which is perfect. Right about there. We can take this down the road. All the bikes hanging right there. Both sets of kids have enough room to sleep in here. So usually when we get somewhere, we'll take the bikes out, we'll lower these down even more, possibly all the way to the ground, depending on, you know, if the kids are like, yeah, I want to get in and out of my bed pretty quickly. But if we're in travel mode, we can just have it like this. All the bikes are hanging down there, and we're good to go. So overall, this mod has been very important for us to be able to turn a toy hauler into a pretty sweet family rig. And, you know, not just use it for business, but for family too at the same time. So there you have it. Let me know if you have any questions on this build at all. If you're wondering about anything that we did, I'd be glad to try to answer any questions down below. And if you're brand new to this channel, be sure to subscribe. This is basically the channel where I teach you how to do stuff like this. And then we have another channel called We Can Explore It, where we're gonna go out and actually have adventures using the stuff that we build. That is We Can Explore It. You can find it in the comments section down below. So if you want to hang out with us as a family, subscribe to that so you can see the adventures that we take stuff like this on. If you're having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.